यही जमीन तब भी थी, आसमां भी था यही, नहीं जो था वो मेरा मन और हृदय की रोशनी, कहीं मिला सका नहीं नजर में अपने आप से, मैं खुद से भागता रहा, यहाँ वहाँ वहाँ यहाँ। शफा शफा शफा।
When I finish the seminar, they actually have a drawing of a train. Okay, and that's a metaphor. Everybody knows what it means. So if somebody is flagging, if you say in data, they're doing something wrong, then somebody going to say, hey, Bhaiya, you're on the train, man. Get off. Okay? Yes, sir.
Sir, what I could get out of your relapse theory, that relapse is so dangerous. What I could make out of your discussion, that if you come back to Shafa again, the training will be still difficult.
Next time it will be more difficult.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be more difficult, as because the psychology will be, I'm senior, I know each and everything of the TC, I know what to do, what not to do. So that complex which is in the mind, that will make the training still difficult than the fresher one. That's what I want to say.
Right. It happens, it's true. People who come again, they have a very serious problem accepting the thing.
Yes, that's
Because what has happened, people who were junior to him, much junior to him, they moved ahead, they became senior, and he becomes the junior now.
Yeah.
So how does he accept them?
Yes.
He used to tell them, you go there, you do this, what's right, what's wrong. Now these guys are telling him what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah. Means practically he becomes a junior.
Exactly.
In his mind he is thinking I'm senior.
Exactly.
It's called peer pressure.
Exactly. So now the peers have changed.
That's right.
Later.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, in other words, a train makes many stops, right?
Yeah.
You cannot get off the train when the train is moving, right? But when you know you are relapsing, get off the train. That's what it means, number one. It's making the stop. Get off the train. Sometimes it could be also, if you are in the process of, you know something is not right, you can call Ranjan and say, Ranjan, I want to come back to Shafa for 2 days. I just want to come back home and start talking to my peers. That is an example of getting off the train. Right? Or, do you guys have an alumni association?
They have it.
Okay.
They have it.
So you
They
have to
people
call somebody.
whom they can call.
Right. You have to call somebody
Yeah.
in the alumni and because they will know how to help you. Okay?
And, at least those 20, 25 guys who were here,
Right.
they always can get in touch with them.
Right. So that's asking for help. Okay? Some people are they think they are so confident that nobody can tell them anything because they think they know everything. No, nobody knows everything. Okay? Because when you relapse, then it's gone. Right? Because they are overconfident. Okay, so he says, sometimes in America there's an emergency break. Say, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of this relationship because I know that I'm about to relapse. Okay? Now, this one is interesting. He says, you have picked up before you pick up. Pick up means you're picking up the drug. Okay, listen to this very carefully. So, let's go back to that example of the relationship. Right? Now, this relationship that you are in, and you know you're not happy, and you're not talking to anybody, okay? You are waking up late, you're not going to work, you're very angry, because you're not happy inside. You're fighting with your brothers and sisters. You're fighting with, your with your parents. You're changing. And your family can see that. Like, what happened to you? That means you already relapsed. You have already relapsed in your behavior. You have already relapsed. Remember thinking, feeling, and action? You already relapsed. The only thing you didn't do is take the first drink. That's why they say you have already picked up before you pick up. You got it? Yes. Pick up is, when you actually drink, it's just completing the circle. Because you understand, eventually you will get there because you're not happy. Remember the self-medication? You know that the only way that is going to make you feel happy is get high. So that means what? If somebody here is always complaining, not joining the morning meeting, not doing the job function, pretending to be sick, being very negative, complaining to the parents, finding all the mistakes in the program, they've already relapsed. And they are just waiting for the 1 year to finish. They're just waiting. After 1 year, they told her, Mom, you know what? I've already been a year. No, I'm ready. And then they will come and tell you, Ranjan, I think my son is ready. I'm going to take him out. This kind of folks, most probably when they go out, within 2 weeks they would have relapsed. Because they didn't study. Because they have already relapsed in here. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Right? Only you know that. If you are beginning to feel negative, it's quite hard to be negative in this kind of environment. Because there's so much happening. Right? Emotionally. So every day you wake up in the morning, something is happening to you in the way you think. Something is happening to you in the way you feel. Something is happening to your attitude. Remember what I talked yesterday? What is an attitude? An attitude is the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. Your attitude towards life, towards God, towards friendship, towards problem solving. All of these. And if you know that your attitude is slowly becoming weak and poor, and you are not changing, then you know that the process is already started. Sometimes people don't even realize the process is already started. So what happens? When they go out, and one day they meet a friend. Hey, but yeah, what's up? What are you doing? Like, I'm okay. What are you doing? I just came from Shafa. Oh, really? What is Shafa? How about you? No. Now you're triggered. Remember the lemon?
Yeah.
Now you're triggered. And you're not happy. You see the process? You're not happy inside. You're pretending that you are okay. Now you meet this guy. Game over. And you know that. How many of you have relapsed before? Okay, you know that.
We are making a situation of relapse.
Thank you. Thank you. You are making that situation. You are on that train. You're not getting off. The idea of being here is that you have to realize that you are on that train. If you don't realize it, you're going to go right to the end. And if that happens, it's your fault. You know why? Because it's your train. Nobody make you go in the train. Because you have the freedom to get off the train. You have the choice. Now some people don't want to get off the train because They want to get high. They love to get high. That's it. They just want to get high. Right?
Yes.
Now, so is it over? That's a very difficult question to ask or to answer. Ranjan can say it's over. I don't know about you. That is why they say in AA, you all know about AA? They say one day at a time. That's why they say it. For Ranjan, he don't have to say one day at a time. He don't have to say it. But somebody like you, it's one day at a time. That girl, she told me, AJ, for me, was 1 minute at a time. Because she relapsed so many times. Okay? So, if you are in Shafa, and you are on that train, and you are not talking about it, and somebody come and confront you and say, get the fuck out of here, man, leave me alone. If you say that, and you are on that train. That's why they say, until I suffer to share my secrets, I have no safety from them. I don't think I need to explain them, right? You all know that, all right? Got it, everybody? Yes, the last one, it says, it won't just happen. It never help. It's a process. You don't wake up one morning and say, okay, today I'm going to fuck up my life. Pardon my language. You know, it doesn't. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I teach this in university, you know. So this is a big, high-level stuff. I already talked about the first one, right? I talked about it already. And when you relapse, can you read that? The second point, my brother, loud and clear?
The nightmare begins for you and your family or significant other. If properly managed, relapse is the best teacher for the next attempt to recovery. Addicts sometimes learn the hard way.
So the point there is, I think somebody said yesterday, they said, I think it was you or you said, relapse is part of recovery. Again, relapse, please listen very carefully. You say, oh, Guru, AJG said, relapse is part of recovery, so it's okay if I relapse. Not true. You know why? That's the second sentence. The sentence is, relapse is a part of recovery, but you don't have to.
But you don't have to?
It doesn't have to. You understand? Let me repeat that. Relapse is a part of recovery, but it doesn't have to be.
How is it a part of recovery?
But it doesn't have to be.
But how is it a part of recovery?
How is it a part of recovery?
Some people do relapse once or twice. Okay? So, now, listen. There is a consequence for everything we do. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You eat too much sugar, you get diabetes. Buddhism will tell you, okay, there's a consequence for every action, there's a reaction. Okay? Now, this is a reaction. Many people find the strength in them when they say, I am 24 months clean. Those are very powerful words. When somebody says, I am 24 months clean, that means a lot for you. You know that. But if you relapse, you cannot stay there anymore. You have to say, I am 1 day clean. That's the consequence. So, many people say, oh, this relapse is part of recovery, so I will relapse one time. I have one drink. Only one drink. I have one drink because, I said, that's enough, that's enough. I have one drink because I want to find out that whether I am strong or not. Last time, I think I was not strong. I don't know when to stop. Once I drink, you know what I'm talking about. Once I start once, I have to do it again and again and again. Now, I've not drink for 2 years. I want to see. Last time, the alcohol or the heroin controlled me. Now, I want to control the heroin. That is called fucked up thinking. Remember thinking, feeling, and action? That's bullshit thinking. Because you know, you start, you cannot stop. That's why you're here.
Shafa